Jackets and coats are finally off, hats are on, t-shirts are on, which means spring has finally sprung. That makes it the perfect time to launch a book with the Afropolitans, just like former Gqobani Bobo did. And of course, the Commonwealth Games are coming to South Africa. Plus, Sanlip van Heerden attended the Investec Soccer League. All this and more in this week's episode of Kaya Sport TV. My name is Sotume. Well, a very good friend of Kaya Sport TV, Gqobani Bobo, who is also a former Bok, launched his book in Parktown North at the local grill. Of course, we spent some time with him. Musiburu Whitehead has more.
Generally speaking, most sportsmen and women are not known for their book smarts. And even when they venture outside their comfort zones to write books, the books are mostly tell-all autobiographies about their life in sport, which is where Gqobani Bobo is different. The former Springbok centre has teamed up with Elvis Jack to write his first book, a work of fiction entitled The Rise of the Dagger. And the Kaya Sport team invited Bobo, some keen rugby fans, and as well as one or two administrators to enjoy a wonderful night talking about the book and rugby while having a juicy steak at the local grill in Parktown North. But why write a book though, especially a work of fiction? Bobo explains.
I call him our friend in rugby because he's a former Bok player and he's always on our show, The Home Straight. He's looking very suave this evening, Gqobani, from Springbok player to author.
Oh yeah, it was one of those, I guess, a no-brainer. I think I've got stories to tell, and I've been lucky enough to work with Elvis Jack and writing something which is not just about me, which is just about rugby and sharing those experiences and letting characters develop themselves.
And I like the fact that you're talking about a book that's not just about you, because reading the book, I found that, I thought it was going to talk a lot about himself. You know, I found that there is a fictitious character there. I thought there was actually going to be a Gqobani Bobo. Why did you go for fiction?
Went for fiction because I think I remember when I was at school, I needed a book to go read in a library or pick up something, just another different content. And then when it came that we can do fictional, because in that way you can let the imagination flow, and picking up from other experiences and character plots and trying to see how we can actually make rugby not just about the rugby field, but more about the characters and the people that play it.
And for those rugby fans that have read the book, what do they think?
All right, I just want to say the book actually didn't take me the entire weekend to read. It took me just one sitting.
Yeah.
I felt quite clever doing that. Anyway.
Was it a real page turner then?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And listen, I want to take this to Elvis. I want to ask Elvis and I want to ask Gqobani. There's something that happens in the book which doesn't happen with black players in general when it comes to rugby in South Africa. When Xolile begins to, starts to, emerge as a rugby player and he's picked in the Super 15 side, at the end of the game when he becomes man of the match, he insists that he speaks in isiXhosa to speak to his people. But this hardly ever happens with black players. I know we're actually talking about Japanese, we're talking about English, but our African languages always get left behind in rugby. Why was it important for you that this character speaks isiXhosa in the book when you didn't speak isiXhosa in your interviews?
Yeah, I didn't do it, which is why it's a fictional book. Just to make sure that you got that idea. The thing about it is that we felt that there was bigger plan that he had. If you see the influence that Xolile had, for him it was not just about him, it was about upliftment of people that he felt that belonged within that sport, and he wanted to talk to them within his heart. Nelson Mandela says that if you speak someone's language, then you speak to their hearts, not their heads. Yeah. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to turn it around because it is based on the Lions being struggling. We wanted the people to start supporting the Lions because then he can speak to the community as a whole. I mean, if you think about it, think about the demographics or how many numbers that he gets across. Exactly. And then if you understand how the people who play rugby and where rugby has a strong hold, it is mostly people with the Xhosa speaking language.
Yeah.
And that's the book's take-home message. By writing The Rise of the Dagger, Bobo and Jack are hoping to use Xolile Dalindyebo's story to inspire the next generation of professional rugby hopefuls. A message that was not lost on the owner of the local grill, Bra Louis Mateza, who says he was only too happy to oblige when Kaya FM came knocking with the idea of hosting Gqobani Bobo.
Thank you very much for having us. You've been very generous with your restaurant. In fact, it's not my first time here. I was here for another sport event. Is it like a big sporting kind of place here?
Well, we support everyone as much as we can. We've done quite a few book launches, from Victor Matfield, and it's a coach's name, Schnorr. Yeah, you did his book here. So I do quite a few, and various other authors as well, you know.
And what kind of restaurant is this? So if I'm watching this at home and I'm thinking, it looks like a very nice restaurant, looks like there's like really great ambiance out there. How do I dress up when I come here? Because today I'm wearing I'm wearing leggings, but how am I supposed to dress when I come here?
Comfortably and ready for a steak. We specialize in steak. We have been voted South Africa's best steakhouse since 2011, you know, various competitions. So yeah, that's what we focus on. We pay homage to the bovine in every way that's possible.
A wonderful night was had by all. Thank you to the local grill, and we can only hope that more of South Africa's black sportsmen and women will follow in Gqobani Bobo's footsteps and write their books of inspiration for the next generation. Musibudi Whitehead, Kaya Sport TV. Well, good luck to Gqobani Bobo on the sales of the book. If you would like a copy, it's going for just 200 Rand, and all you need to do is find him on Facebook. His name, of course, is Gqobani Bobo. Now then, Anchor Comprehensive School won the Investec Soccer League. Sanle van Heerden was there.
Schools football took centre stage for the Investec Soccer Challenge in September. 4 schools arrived at UJ Soweto campus hoping to walk away with the trophy and the 90,000 first prize along with it. The final was between Anchor Comprehensive and Mukhomi Secondary Schools after they beat Lamula and Tulani Secondary respectively. 2 late goals, including a penalty, saw Anchor come from behind to be crowned 2015 champions. The event was well attended and featured Bidvest captain Tulani Hlachwayo and goalkeeper Manip Joseph among the capacity crowd.
We're out here supporting the final of the schools football. I think it's a great initiative from Investec that's come down to this level and come down to proper grassroots level to support the game. We've always been hearing about in the country that we have to start doing development. This is where it starts. Not under 19, not under 18. This is where it starts. And I'm proud to be part of it, proud to be here, seeing the joy on the kids' face. And you know, the final hasn't been a fight final as well. The team has just scored. But what is good for me is to have a look and see these kids and have that same desire and passion in this game, and it's good to see.
Apart from the soccer challenge, Investec also partners with the various schools to provide additional tuition in maths and science for pupils in grade 10 to 12. Sandile van Heerden for Kaya Sport TV.
A very big congratulations to Anchor Comprehensive School. Last season they came in third. This time they are victors and they walk away with a cool 90,000 Rand, which will be used towards a school facility. Now the Commonwealth Games are coming to South Africa. Durban 2022 is what we are looking forward to. Let's take a look at the preparations.
All right, guys, we're out here at Monte Casino for the Nations of Champions breakfast. Obviously, big news is that the Commonwealth Games is finally coming to Africa. We'll be speaking to a few of the role players, including the president of SASCOC, Mr. Gideon Sam, who joins me now. Mr. Gideon Sam, thank you for joining us. Commonwealth Games coming to Africa for the first time. What does this mean, just not for South Africa, but for African athletes as a whole?
Well, it means a lot because over the years, you know, in the Commonwealth Games, our athletes here in South Africa and athletes on the continent have been traveling to other parts of the world to show their skills and to show what they can do on the sporting fields. And here's an opportunity now to come to Africa and show Africans what it is that they can do. So we believe that, you know, it's a huge coup for Africa, because even the way we were selling our bid has been that we want to get Africa on board. And for that reason, we have appointed 5 African leaders to be part of the advisory team from now until 2022, just to make sure that they feel they are part of it. And in all the events, like this next month we'll be in Zambia, we talk about it. And on the 8th and 9th, they will be here at the University of Johannesburg, and we will talk about it. So every opportunity that we will get, it will be us as Africans on the continent sharing this big event that we are going to have. So yes, it has been in the making. All these years, people asking, when will an African country bid? Nigeria tried, but failed against India and Scotland. So yes, here we are, and we are getting ready. The announcement was made on the 3rd, and it's now the 23rd. 20 days later, and we're rolling out.
What can our entrepreneurs and businesses expect, and how should they prepare, having been with other Commonwealths, for an event such as this?
You know, it is as much about the journey as it is about the destination, is that this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to accelerate our thinking, to have some of those daring conversations, those vulnerable conversations about where have we come from, where are we today, and where do we want to go. And I think that's what the opportunity of having that set deadline provides. And whether you're getting business that is supporting the South African economy or supporting the games directly, it really, everyone has a chance to prosper and realize their ambitions and their aspirations. The occasion of the Games and the theme of the Commonwealth Games coming to Durban and South Africa is a fantastic opportunity for people to be daring and to take a step forward.
Well, there you have it, guys. The Commonwealth Games are finally coming to South Africa and Africa. And after what we've heard today, it's exciting news, not just for fans and athletes, but also for small businesses and entrepreneurs.
Well, that is all we have for you in this week's episode of Kaya Sport TV. Do remember to keep supporting the Boks. This time around, they're going up against Samoa after that big loss against Japan. So we will be keeping our fingers crossed for them. From us, it's goodbye.